We have shut down this country on many occasions, and yet we have been disappointed sorely. So we have learned to lower our expectations. And this is what Pastor Poju opened with. We have learned to lower our expectations. We have learned to dream in black and white when the rest of the world is dreaming in color. We have learned that we don't deserve nice things, that the things we truly want are not really possible. We have tried too many times and failed too many times that we believe that the problem is that we are actually trying too hard. Let's just manage what we have. Let's manage the recovery of 165 girls. It is impossible to get back all the 265. Let's manage a president who is not personally corrupt. It could have been worse. Let's manage the governor that promises a few flyovers but chases poor people out of our cities as if they are not human beings. That's the cost. That's the cost of development. Let's pretend that 60% of our federal revenue is not going to maintaining just 1 million people. After all, they haven't killed anyone. Let's manage the one we have, we tell ourselves, because we can't really get what we truly want. I'm always very angry about many of our leaders. They take us for a ride. They jump out of police vehicles to mock our justice system. They insult our youth, calling them lazy. They call our youth lazy, but they spend more time in hospital than in their duty post. They insult our intelligence, claiming that they are fighting corruption. We are angry at them because they steal our agency and they steal our hopes. They steal our capacity to imagine. But do you know something? Do you know something? These leaders are laughing. They laugh. Why are they laughing? They are laughing because they know that no matter how angry we are, they are almost certain that nothing will change. They are sure because they know that in their heart of hearts and in our heart of hearts, we truly don't believe that Nigeria will change. They think we don't believe it. We are condemned by our conviction that this is how things will always be. These guys think this way. And so for them, the party will never be over. When I chose to run for the highest office in Nigeria, the presidency, I knew that this was my primary challenge. This manage it syndrome. An attitude that is simply sadness. We are sad, but we mask our sadness as worldly wisdom and cynicism. That way we appear to be sage, we appear to be wise, but we are just truly sad. How do you convince people to believe the only one thing that has ever been true in the history of humanity? That there is no force more powerful than a people who have decided that enough is truly enough. There is no more powerful force on earth than a people who have decided that we have had enough. We should have had enough by now. And I say that that's what I thought was my primary task when I decided to contest for the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have done it before. In 2011, we elected a president from a minority ethnic group. Nobody thought it was possible. In 2015, an incumbent president was defeated. The opposition came to power in a country where we believe that those who are in power can never be removed from it, except they die or they choose to leave. It has happened before. Over the past few months, I have been going around Nigeria. I've gone to Benue, I've gone to Kano, I've gone to Nnewi, I've gone to Abeokuta, and so many other places, talking to Nigerians to listen very carefully. And this is what I have heard. And I want you to listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. We are ready, we are able, we are clear. We just don't believe that it can happen. We just don't believe that it is possible to get the kind of leadership we so desperately need in this country. That's what I heard in Kano. That's what I heard in Makurdi. That's what I heard in Ilorin. That's what I heard in Onitsha. That's what I heard in Oro. That's what I heard in Abeokuta. That's what I heard when I spoke to the young men who believe that there is no hope for Nigeria. And they must follow a man who promises them freedom if only they break away from this giant disappointment. They just don't believe it's possible. The platform speaks to the core of the Nigerian professional and elite class and the youth. And I have a message from the streets of Nigeria to you, that people desperately want a leadership that can deliver results for our economy. But they want someone who can convince them that they are not wasting their time, that they are not wasting their emotions. And they want to know that there are enough people like them across the country who will stand up to make it happen when the election season comes. Nigerians are not stupid, though. They know their problems. They know that it is not those who claim to be in APC today and in the PDP tomorrow. I know this because I have spoken to them, because I have listened to them. I have tried to understand why those before me have failed, and why it appears as if we don't know what we are doing. And so I have come to you with the same message that I have given these Nigerians wherever I have met them and spoken to them and listened to them. And that message is this: it is possible. It can happen. We need just 10 million people who believe this. Just 10 million. Give me 10 million people who believe that it is possible. Give me 10 million people who believe it can happen. Across this country, that's what we need. Just 10 million people who are ready and willing to take the risk, to open up their hearts, to put in the work. We need just 10 million people to make a difference today. That's the job. That's the job I have given myself. How do we find these Nigerians? How do we remind them that it is possible? And how do we get them to follow their hearts when election day comes? How do I get us to believe what I know for sure in my heart as I stand here before you today? That we can disgrace those who think that they own Nigeria. We can disgrace those who are the sharers of our national cake, those who believe that they are the custodians of the limits of our possibilities. We can disgrace them We can send them into retirement that they have refused to go, although they are long overdue. Let us send the recycled politicians politely back to their villages. Are we not ashamed of what we manage? Are we not ashamed of the leaders that we have in this country? Are you billionaires not tired of a country that you have to explain and defend at the World Economic Forum? Are you young leaders not fed up with the embarrassment of a country that you have to keep explaining on Twitter, at global conferences, at global forums? You are, and I am. And so, this is my invitation to you. Join me in shocking this system. Join me in shaking this system to its very foundations. Join me in proving to ourselves that this thing that we have been saying for decades is possible. We need only 10 million people who believe in their hearts, with their votes, with their money, with their stepping into the streets to convince others to join them and vote. How do we do this? We start with just one number, just one. Find one. One person. Could be a friend, it could be your security guard, it could be the woman who sells fruit around the corner, it could be your work colleague. And tell them the truth about where Nigeria will be if they choose to vote against the status quo. The north of Nigeria can truly be like Dubai. The west can be like Germany. The southeast can be like Taiwan. The south-south can be like Norway. That is possible. Find one person and persuade them to be at the polls in February 2019. Be their polling body. Make sure they have their voter's card. Make sure they are aware of the issues and what is at stake. Then help them to be a polling body to someone else. In this country, our network is our most powerful marketing tool. So, it's time for us to use it. It's time for us to use it to become the +1 movement. It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. Start with one. To join our 10 million movement, find us on social media. Find us via @+1morevote. @+1morevote. So that you can join our cell groups and our volunteer army at #+1morevote. 1 in numericals across Nigeria. Because this is not a campaign platform, I will not go into details on the pillars of my plan for rebuilding our country. You can find that on our website, www.tobuildanation.com. www.tobuildanation.com. You can find it in my book, Build, Innovate, and Grow, BIG for short. So my mission here today is to insist that you must believe that what you think impossible is in fact possible. They is all of us, me as you. If we decide that it is possible, if we wake up from our slumber, it will happen.